Welcome, lords and ladies. I'm Campos and welcome to C Gaming Reviews. Today, we are not only going to discuss about a game, but a whole trilogy. The focus is the game though. This video is going to be more focused on the last game of the series Warhammer, yes, but we cannot simply ignore what is behind, mostly because, in truth, the saga is one game with one engine. As you guys surely already guessed or saw in the title, we're talking about Total War Warhammer 3, and this one is going to be an interesting one. After the normal review of some aspects of the game like gameplay, graphics, etc., at the end of the video, we're giving our opinion about everything. And as always, remember that this is purely our opinion. If you don't agree, feel free to comment below your thoughts. Let's begin. Warhammer 3, developed by Creative Assembly in February of 2022, was a long-awaited installment of the Total War series that promised the players with epic battles, tons of heroes, and a dark and mystical world. This game brings us back to the grand battlefield of fantasy warfare and allows us to choose from a wide range of races and different factions. Before anything else, it is important to note that most of these races of factions are locked behind DLCs. And that's why I'm talking to you guys about instant gaming. I own every single DLC and game of this series, all 3 games and all DLCs from all 3 games, so I spent more than I want to admit. But the truth is I rarely paid full price. I always used Instant Gaming, which is an online store that allows us to find huge deals to our games. In this case, and if you want to try or buy something for this universe, I definitely suggest to use this website. It's quick, secure, and free. Link in the description below. So total there are 24 current races, each one with at least one faction, some with 6 or even more different factions, each with their own legendary lord, and every single one with its own mechanics. Every race has a sort of theme, both in terms of units and overall campaign objectives, but it's pretty limitless what it's possible to do. This game has basically 2 mods, Realm of Chaos and Immortal Empires. Let's call Realm of Chaos the storyline, and Immortal Empires more like a sandbox universe where the 3 games are combined into one. In terms of the first one, I honestly thought that was a bit boring, or at least strange. Because the game mod basically punishes players for being good at playing the game or to play offensively in a Total War game. War game. War. A later patch tried to reduce the disadvantages, but the community didn't really enjoy the mode itself. The second mode is basically the whole world, games 1, 2, and 3, in full-blown war. Pretty interesting this one, and definitely the main attraction of the game. In terms of gameplay, it could be a bit overwhelming for newcomers to the series, and the AI leaves a lot to desire. Although, truth be told, the most recent patches are improving this aspect. In terms of factions, as we already mentioned, there are 24 races and more than 80 factions to play. These factions are as diverse as the lore itself. This last game focused more on the Kislev and Chaos factions being added to the game. However, this game is not balanced at all. There are factions that are completely overpowered and others that need to get more love from the developers in the future. In our opinion, this is not necessarily a problem because it helps new players with their first campaigns. Despite this somewhat odd first mode, the game delivers a lot to players, so the gameplay rating is an almost perfect 9.5 out of 10, with a kind of second rating that is the faction diversity of 9 out of 10. Warhammer 3 is a feast for the eyes with beautiful landscapes, detailed unit models, and spells. In this dark world, it's pretty impressive the attention to detail in terms of faction designs, making each army feel unique, along with the interaction with the world itself. As an example, when a region gets high vampiric corruption, it loses its green color, becoming more dreadful. There are lots of different battle and siege maps and also a few unique ones to help everything feel more alive and immersive. Most of the lower-end systems might find problems with this game, but it's still pretty easy to roll the game. There's also a couple of visual glitches and some bugs with incomplete maps and other situations where the load of the battle does not occur correctly. Because of this negatives, we are going to award Warhammer 3 with an 8.5 out of 10. The music and sound design of this game is simply epic. It really captures the essence of a fantastic war world where the huge battles immerses us in a musical feast of sound. The cries of men and growls of beasts create a universe that welcome us. The music is powerful and thematic and bring this game to life. The only drawback are the occasional repetitive battle cries. In our opinion, music and sound rating deserves a 9.5 out of 10. Warhammer 3 offers virtually unlimited gameplay. There are just too many factions to choose from, and even if we repeat gameplays, the results are going to be very different. Every single campaign deep engages the player and allows us to continue playing, and we might even going online to play against players around the world, both friends and foes, in even longer playthroughs. As I mentioned in the previous video, Warhammer 2, the prequel of this title, is still to this date the game I've more hours invested because there is just so much to play and to experience. We are still talking about a turn-based strategy game with real-time battles, so it might not be the perfect cup of tea for everyone, agree, but damn, this game offers a lot if we pay the rest of the game. So we need to give a perfect score on this segment a 10 out of 10. Legacy. The saga Total War Warhammer left a very strong mark on both the strategy and fantasy gaming worlds. The legacy is undeniable. The idea now seems to let Warhammer 3 to build this legacy even more, with more content and more expansive gameplay, faction diversity, and, eventually, a richer lore of Warhammer. In this case, we are giving ratings to a game, so we're giving 8 out of 10 for this game, probably even more if we count the series as a whole. The thing is, we're not going to give more, because it seems to be too much dust in the air regarding this game. Mostly regarding the last DLC and its increase of costs. So this turns out to be a grade, still an amazing one, but with cautions, because seems that the developers themselves want to undermine the legacy of this fantastic series. Let's see. Overall, this game is a good addition to the series and must play for strategy and Warhammer enthusiasts. There are a few minor issues, but its deep gameplay, diverse races and factions, and immersive universe make it a great game. We just hope that the future guards good prospects for this title and not that it falls to political agendas. So overall, we attribute the rating of 9 out of 10. And now the personal note. So in summary, this game is amazing, it is true, and I personally don't know if I hate it or love it. Since the release of this one, I see no need to return to Warhammer 2. This has simply everything that the 2 has and more. But, strangely enough, I don't enjoy as much this title. It feels to me that it lacks a charm of some sort. That's why I say it's difficult for me to say what I think about this one. On one side, the culmination of 7 years of amazing gameplay, and I hope still more to come. On the other side, the frustration that I feel this game is not as polished as the other one. So I cannot return to Warhammer 2, despite enjoying it more than Warhammer 3, and the third one having everything that the second has. It's like a new version of our favorite car. A new version comes out. We know and everybody knows that it's better than the previous, but the older one is still the dearest. Maybe because the older version did all the hard work to reach this high. I don't know, but I needed to say this. Maybe I'm just crazy, but now you know it too. And there you have it. This concludes our review of Total War Warhammer 3. Whether you're a veteran general or new to the series, this game offers an epic journey through a dark and mystical world. Sharpen your blades and ready your spells as you immerse yourself in the grandeur of Warhammer. Feel free to like, comment your thoughts and games you want to be reviewed, subscribe, and until next time. Unlock the world of gaming, where reviews come to life.